today, and also for all of the students. So for everyone's information, actually, Mr. Stewart already has visited UC on January the 7th, which is a very long time ago. And sometimes it takes time to arrange schedules to do this. So Mr. Stewart is going to give you guys an opportunity to connect with one of the partners in the USA to do an online degree. And today, Mr. Stewart will present the system that they have. And later on, there will be question and answers for you guys to ask one or two questions. And then after today, Cage will be following up with the students to see how many of you would be really interested in a second degree. So that's my brief welcome message to Mr. Stewart, and I'll give this back to Anga. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much for Mr. Stephens to do a very lovely opening remarks. So I hope that for all students can also gain this kind of insight, and there's going to be a quick notes for that. So yep, I think it's like after the opening remark, I think we're gonna give the floor to the Mr. Stuart Blacklock to give the materials and giving a lot of information about that. Mr. Stewart, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to see you all here today. Thank you for arranging this exciting meeting with Universitas Ciputra. Stephen and Kazia, it's a pleasure to see you again. I'm just going to share my screen and just jump straight into it. So just let me know if you can see my screen. Someone? Now? Thumbs up?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so my name is Stuart Blacklock. I am the CEO of Qaspir International. And we're here today to introduce to you a degree pathway which has been created from the American Public University in America. So just to give you a bit of context and background on my organization, we have been in higher education since 2008. We have been working mostly in the Middle East and South America and the USA and Canada. We have over 140 universities in our partnership going forward, and we work in over 28 countries. I was working with American Public University about 6 years ago, and we've trained... Oh, maybe we can just mute everyone's microphone. And we have been working with APU for over 6 years now. And during this time, we also set up an operation in Indonesia where we've become the official partners for APU. What this means is that we're here to provide students an international pathway to a different degree. Okay, so this is what we call a second degree. So we're here as the official partner to help students on board to create a pathway into the APU system. And we're also here to help your university with all of the requirements from the government, etc. Okay, so who is APU? APU is part of the American Public University system. So there's two universities within APUS. We have the American Public University, and we also have the American Military University. APU, which we're focusing on today, has over 200 academic programs. Now, APU is an online university, and it's one of the largest in America. It's accredited by HLC, which is the Higher Learning Commission. So they have a very, very strong program, and they're also about to make a huge announcement soon that it'll become even a bigger opportunity coming up for students in the next 2 or 3 months. Today, we're here to look at the School of Science, Technology, Engineering and Math, and we'll call that STEM, okay? So STEM, and the middle one, which is the School of Business. So what we're here today is to provide students who are working in, who are obtaining a degree in economics and business management, or science computer science, enable them an opportunity to take a second degree in APUS. Now, what's really interesting about this opportunity is that in America, you only need 120 credits for a 4-year degree. And obviously in Indonesia, it's 144 credits. So that means that once you have reached semester 6 or 90 credits, you are eligible to take this second degree. What does this mean? It means that you only have to take 30 credits over 1 year online and to obtain a second degree. Now, what you can see in the bottom boxes of the STEM and business are the programs you're able to take. What's even more interesting is that when we do the mapping of your curriculum against APUs, you're able to choose which degree you want to take. As an example, if you're taking a degree in data science, you're also able to take a different degree in artificial intelligence or information technology management. Okay, so what we're here to do is give you 2 degrees at the same time when you graduate. For management, for business, it would be, for example, business management or entrepreneurship or marketing or supply chain management. So this is basically giving you an opportunity to broaden your opportunities for recruitment, for jobs as well. Now, this is also available for alumni. So it doesn't mean that you're able to just have 90 credits and you're able to start this program. Even if you have a 2 or 3 year graduates and you're working already, this is also available, applicable to your university alumni. Okay, so when we look at APU, almost 90,000 students worldwide. Okay, they have over 100 countries represented. And what's interesting about this, it means that when you take your course, you'll be meeting and studying with people from all around the world. So it's not just American, or won't be just Indonesians, but you're meeting a lot of students from all around the world and then creating your own global network. Next. Okay, so what I like about this slide is the bottom left, which says 93%. 93% end of program satisfaction equals student completion. So the retention of students at APU is extraordinarily high. So that means they're doing something right, which means that the curriculum is good, the courses are engaging, and all of the students are able to have a good experience and go forward, because 35% of them recommend this program or degrees to the other students. And as far as an investment is concerned, it's in one of the top universities in America as a return of investment. As I mentioned before, we're here to offer this second degree pathway to business management and computer science students. Now, to give you all a bit of a context, in Indonesia, each year, there are approximately 1.3 million business management graduates in Indonesia. And there are approximately 250,000 computer science graduates in Indonesia. I can tell you, and you've probably already realized, that supply is exceeding demand. There are not 1.5 million jobs in these 2 areas every year. So this is a problem. We have to try and find ways of overcoming these problems. The competition between you and other graduates and last year's graduates is immense. There's a lot of pressure. And this really limits your career access when there are so many people applying for the same job. And it makes it hard to stand out. So we want to try and find ways in which we can stand out, help you stand out, and obtain that kind of like foot in the door and get a job in a large company in Indonesia. So what does this mean? 6% of students can afford to travel overseas. The remaining 94% do not have that accessibility or opportunity. So we have to make something available for them, which will give them an advantage. And that is purely through scale. With this kind of number, we need to have an affordable, scalable online degree. Okay, so what does this mean? It will give you a competitive edge amongst all of those other graduates. The job market is crowded. So potentially when your classmates have a degree, you'll have two. Okay, so it's a completely different conversation you would be having with employers. Okay, so as I mentioned, School of Business and STEM. If you're taking one degree at Chaputra, you're able to transfer those credits in. Okay, so you can transfer 90 credits onwards. You can transfer 90 credits in and then take a different degree in business administration, entrepreneurship, marketing, supply chain management. Same with STEM. If you're taking a computer science degree or an IT degree, you can transfer in 90 credits or more, and you can obtain a degree in a BS in artificial intelligence, information technology management, or data science, or supply chain management. Okay, so you can choose which pathway you want to take. To give you an example of these courses, for example, this would be the business courses that you'd be able to take. If you wanted to take a business administration or a marketing courses or entrepreneurship, this is an example of the courses you would be taking. Okay, I won't go through all of them. There's too many. But when we do the mapping with your university, we'll provide you courses that you do not have currently at Chaputra. This is an example from another university. Okay. Similarly, with computer science, you could take an artificial intelligence course, a data science, or an IT management course. So what does this mean? It means that every 2 months, there'll be 2 courses you take. So I'll just let you read them a little bit longer. Okay, all right, so moving on to the next slide. Where's the next slide? There we go. All right, so an online second degree is going to give you a huge advantage. There are only a limited amount of seats on this opportunity, but when we talk about broader skill stacking, it means that you can complete your discipline, your degree, your main degree at Chaputra, okay? And then you can start stacking your experience. That's called skill stacking. So we're combining your deep experience that you've taken in your 4-year degree, and then you can actually have another 30 credits, which is 10 courses over 1 year, and you can obtain a second degree. Now, many high growth jobs require cross-disciplinary knowledge. If you're taking a data science course or a degree in data science or computer science, many employers now are looking also towards AI. If you're taking a business management degree, many employers are also looking at entrepreneurship. Okay, so you're giving yourself access to more new roles coming into the market. When we talk about unique capability, it's very hard to replicate this because there's only 2,000 scholarships available in Indonesia. Out of those 1.5 million students who will graduate this year, only 2,000 will get this opportunity. So I think you can see that this will give you a huge added advantage. And obviously, when you have 2 degrees, you're going to earn more money. That's just a given. And finally, we talk about risk mitigation. If one market is crowded or flooded, or if it's in decline, this will enable you to look at a different area for job and recruitment, employee recruitment. Okay. All right, moving on. This is what it would look like. So depending if it's a second degree, you would basically start either from semester 6 or semester 8, whenever you like. You can enroll at any point in time. So you start your 4-year degree at Chiputra. Okay, that's easy. And then we help you enroll into APU. Then you choose your degree, which you want. And then within 12 months, you graduate with a second degree. Okay, so this is all online, and it's a pay-as-you-go degree, which is very, very reasonable. Let's talk about it. It's $2,500, and you pay approximately 8.5 million every 2 months to your university. You don't pay my company, you don't pay APU, you pay your university. We help transfer in your credits. So we take your transcript, we do all of that for you, and we also take a few other things which I'll mention in a minute. So as you pay as you go basically means that you can start at any point from August onwards. And you'll take 2 courses every 2 months. Okay, so 1 course is 3 credits. You will take 10 courses, which means 30 credits. And that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do to obtain an official second degree. 10 courses, and you have something very, very unique. As I said, it cannot be replicated. Only 2,000 students will have this opportunity. Your GPA requirement is 2.5. You need an English proficiency certificate. You need an ID. And as for the transfer, the credit transfer, the transcript, Qaspir is the party that has to officially send this to American Public University. So we will translate it, and we have to send this to APU as part of the accreditation requirements. You're unable to as an individual. So get everything prepared, and we will help you enroll into APU. Okay. What does the learning management system like? So APU uses D2L, which is a large, I think it's Canadian company, learning management system, Desire to Learn. So I'm just going to give you an idea of what the platform looks like.
Imagine a virtual course where you don't just read, you live the experience. At APUS, strategic management takes learning beyond theory into action. Each week, you'll discover a complete journey. An introductory video to guide your focus.
Week 1, Introduction to Strategic Management. This week, we will start building the foundation for our strategic journey. What makes some organizations achieve their goals while others lose their way?
A digital content guide that deepens your understanding. And a podcast that brings key concepts to life wherever you are.
To succeed, organizations must have a strategy, which is a plan for the actions an organization's members will take.
You'll explore interactive learning materials. Enjoy Pixar-style videos that transform complex ideas into stories that stick.
Taking risks and thinking beyond the obvious. And this week, we're going to train that strategic mindset.
And analyze real-world challenges through case studies designed to sharpen your strategic thinking. 8 weeks. One goal, to empower you with the mindset, tools, and creativity to think like a strategist. A PUS, where learning becomes experience.
Okay, so that's the learning management system. Finally, I just want to share with you what you are here for. You are here to increase your chances of employment. You want to give yourself an opportunity that stands out above everyone else. And with your own degree at Chaputra University and American Public University, you'll have an exciting opportunity and career ahead of you. There will be many questions online, I'm sure, but I can think of a few questions which I may be asked already. And first of all, as I said, it's online. So you'll graduate in Indonesia at your university, and we can be there as the official partner of APU at your ceremony to issue your second diploma or your degree. You can go to the USA, to Washington, D.C. and graduate there if you want. And you'd be more than welcome to and made feeling very welcomed by APU. That would be at your own expense. And as I mentioned, this is all about online learning, so it's in your own time. You can take this in parallel to your studies, or you even can wait until you've graduated, or at any point you can take this opportunity. So as I said, for alumni, they're more than welcome to join as well. Just to finish, if there are any students who want more information, my team will send you a brochure that you can pass on to your family, your parents. So as a added service that my company provides is that anyone who is interested, we can arrange a Zoom meeting and your parents can learn about American Public University as well. Okay. So this starts in August. And as I said, it's a very rare opportunity for you to consider. Okay, you can find us at www.qaspir.com, and you can also find us on social media as well as American Public University. So I can say thank you very much, and from that point onwards, I will stop sharing and pass this back to Anga and Kazia, and to see if you have any further questions.
All right. Thank you so much for a representative from Qaspir. It's very lovely insight about your old information. So I think we're gonna open for any questions from participants who wants to ask more about APU. Feel free if you want to use a chat, sending the message through the text, it should be okay. And if you want to give it verbally, it's still okay. You can just unmute yourself and then give any questions that you want to ask about
Sure.
APU. If there's still no questions from participants, I think like personally, I have a questions to APU about the systems. So I think like my simple questions is, since this is all about the online classes, does the material or perhaps like the classes going to be asynchronous, or is it going to be synchronous where there's going to be a guest lecture, give you materials in some certain subject, or everything is all about a video material?
Okay, so synchronous means basically online with lecturers and live lecturers, but in fact 11 hours. I think that APU is 11 hours behind Surabaya. Okay, so there's not really a possibility for you to get up in the middle of the night and for them to get up in the middle of the night. All of the lectures are recorded. However, each class has a lecturer and a adjunct or a support lecturer. So there's 2 people per class, and they are fully trained in mentoring. In fact, my organization trained them all in mentoring and transformative learning. So they're full mentors, they're fully capable mentors. So that means that you're able to reach out to them at any time. If you have questions, if you have any problems or anything like that, you're able to get back or reach out to them, and they'll get back to you within probably 1 working day. Okay, but it's all online, and due to the time zone, it's called asynchronous, which is recorded lectures. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that. And I think like to extend a little bit of that questions. So I feel like we know that from your competency about the job applications, and then there's the necessity of the degree itself. And in Indonesia education institutions, there is some kind of regulations where international degree should be transcribed into the same credit score. So would you mind to share how you can, synchronize these credit scores into the same level of Indonesia regulations?
Okay, sure. So your transcript is an official document. Okay, so that's the first part. So when you get 90 credits or more, we will take that transcript, and when we have the curriculum alignment with your university, we then provide you with a choice of courses you take. That's the first part. Okay. So once you get the transcript, you will then see the courses you can take or the degree you can take. Once you obtain that degree in America online, your official degree will contain the 30 credits from APU and the existing 90 credits from your university. Okay, so you'll have 120 credit transcript, which is awarded alongside your degree in America. And then you also have your own degree, which is 144 credits, awarded by Ciputra.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Stewart, for that answer. So I think I'm going to give the opportunity for participants who wants to ask any questions regarding for APU. Feel free to chat it on the chat box, or perhaps if you're wants to do it verbally, you can do it by unmute. Oh yeah, I think there's someone who used a chat. So the question is it possible if we want to visit the university we attend for an offline event or program?
Absolutely, of course there is. You will be responsible for your own costs to do that. And that would mostly fall upon the graduation ceremony. As I mentioned already, it's an online university. Okay. But to get your visa requirements and everything else, that would be your own responsibility. So asynchronous online means it's basically you're able to do this in your bedroom. And if you want to graduate, you can either have it here in Surabaya, or you can go to America as well, or you could do both.
All right, thank you so much for Mr. Stewart for the answer. I think is there anyone else who wants also to ask about APU, anything else? Giving the floor to any participant. Okay. If there's still none, I think I have my last questions regarding the requirement because I'm too invested with your material. Um, I see that when you join, there's going to be a minimal GPA like 2.5, and then there's going to be a English test requirements, right?
Yeah.
But regarding for the English test requirement, is there any minimum requirements that we need to get a score? Perhaps like IELTS, like 6, or maybe like any scores that should be given before we join?
Good question. So let me ask you that question. Back to you. Do you use IELTS or TOEFL or anything else?
I think like dominantly in Indonesia, we use like TOEFLs, and then like IELTS and also Duolingo at the same time.
Okay, well, Duolingo is interesting. You can do this all on your phone and your app, and you have to get 100% pass. Obviously, it's all about listening, reading, and writing. Okay. For TOEFL, I believe it's about a 6.0 pass. And I think it's about 5.5 for IELTS. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much for the information. And so for all participants, if you have the English test requirements, at least with that specific score, I think you can join directly with APU and then like apply as soon as possible, because the events or perhaps the class is going to start at August as soon as possible. So we'll be happy. And also, of course, Mr. Stewart is going to be so happy to accept you in this program later.
Yeah. And as I said, it starts in August. For your alumni, we're happy to come back and hold another meeting for them to welcome them on. And as I said, we'll do Zoom meetings for the parents. And if there's more interest, we're happy to also come onto your campus and meet your students. So they can start in August and they can start in September, October, November onwards. Every month it's available.
All right. So even better, everyone is available. So everyone will like to join. Everyone is available starting from August. So everyone who wants to try to apply, getting your degree from APU, we're also going to welcome. So I think just open this a little bit last opportunity for participants to ask any questions regarding APU. Feel free. I think you can do it in a chat box. Unmute if you're really welcome to do it verbally. I just give it like a quick minute to waiting for any of your questions. All right, I think since there's none, I think that it's very insightful for the material. So I think that's all the Q&A sessions. So thank you so much for Mr. Stewart for giving his very lovely insights, informations about the APU from start. So once again, feel free to approach for Mr. Stewart for any informations. I think in the last slide, there is a QR code. And I think there's also an email that you could like to be given to know more about the APU, and feel free to go with that.
I can go back
Right,
a slide. Does that help if I go back one?
Yep, I think that would be great. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I can leave that open for a few more minutes if you prefer.
All right. I think like if for any students wants to do it, so feel free to use this barcode, find all informations, consult perhaps with Mr. Stewart at the same times to know more about APU. Feel free to use this kind of barcode, and hopefully you'll be the one of the students who's going to be joined to APU as soon as possible. So, yep, I think that will be for the Q&A session. So now we're gonna go and jump in with our next agenda. It should be a photo sessions. So we would like to ask for all participants to open your camera to do a photo sessions, and also for your documentations sessions. So I would like to let Miss Kezia to lead the photo sessions.
Okay, thank you. So guys, if you can turn on your camera, that will be great, because we will have a little documentation session for this session. So please turn on your camera if you're able to. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of face right now. I'll start taking pictures. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, the second slide. 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, students. We wish you good luck and hope to see you soon.
All right, thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you so much for everyone. That is going to be all the materials and also our
musical.
as per usual, we're going to give a quick reminder for everyone. Remember,
KH always be there, always give informations. So in the left barcode, please feel free to use our WhatsApp channels to gain more information about our latest UC's global chat. One of it is just like going to be like this, all about informations about the new universities, a chances for you to feel a real global experiences. So feel free to join it into the left part of our WhatsApp channels. and join and get your KPIO to make sure you will have this kind of, opportunity in the futures. And in the right side is also going to be a lot of information about KPIO. So feel free and read information, the files below. And if the barcode is not working for you, there's going to be just using the link, which is like bit.ly KP International Office, for you to gain more information about anything about how to use a KPIO. All right. So I think that it's going to be whole informations came about the channels right now. And I think like we're gonna have a new sessions in the later soon, but just keeping an update in the WhatsApp channels. And I believe after this, every students, especially in University Putra students, you're gonna fill the survey as soon as possible, your lovely survey, so you can claim your KPIO. So please keep in touch and open your cheese right now and filling all the details and informations for you to claim your KPIO as soon as possible. All right. But yep, I think like Miss Casey already shared the screen for everyone to fill your KPIO as soon as possible. And it's going to be instructed as soon as possible. And I would like to say thank you so much for Mr. Stewart, who's going to be giving the information. And thank you so much for everyone. I hope to see you again in the next UC's Global Chat. And have a really love days, everyone. Thank you so much.
Okay,
everyone.
thank you, Stuart and Hamda. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right, and quick information, the survey is already open. So right now you have a quick minute to fill all the survey. So you have only like 510 minutes approximately. Please do it as soon as possible.